Jeff, it's such a pleasure to meet you.
Eileen, hi, nice to meet you.
Thank you. You are the executive director here at Ragsdale.
I am.
I'd love to hear a little bit about how you got involved in Ragsdale and when you started your position here.
Sure. Well, I started here last fall in September.
Okay.
But I've known about Ragsdale for many years. I came from 10 years running a contemporary arts organization in Michigan.
Okay.
And I've sent a lot of artists here over the years, written lots of letters of support. And my passion is really helping artists when they're at these pivotal moments in their career and making new work. So
okay.
That's why I'm here.
Neat. And currently you are living on the property.
I am.
Really embracing the culture that's here among the artists. Can you talk and speak a little bit about that?
Well, it was really important to me that I would get to know Ragsdale 24/7, and even silly little things like what laundry detergent are we using, and you know, when do we clean things, and when does the trash get picked up. So I could really understand it. But I've been living here for about 2 months.
Okay.
There's a little caretaker's apartment in the Ragsdale house.
Great.
Tiny little apartment. And but it allows me to have dinner with the residents and be here in the evening, and you know, things happen that are surprising, little spontaneous performances in our studios.
Wow.
And readings and studio visits, so it's pretty great.
And also just to embrace the beautiful landscaping and the changing of the seasons here, I can imagine.
You know, my goal is to spend time on every sleeping porch in every building here before I'm done. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Well, Ragsdale has a lot to be proud of. Can you talk about, for those folks who are watching who don't know much about Ragsdale, really the history behind it?
Sure. Well, Ragsdale, the property was founded in 1897 by Howard Van Doren Shaw and his family as a summer retreat. You know, they lived in Chicago and they wanted a place to escape to. They wanted it to be sort of, they fell in love with this property, and you know, it's just, it is designed to be a raggedy space. You know, that's where the name Ragsdale comes from. This kind of rustic, exploding gardens, native plants, things that they picked up on their travels around the world. So you'll still see little remnants of sculptures and artifacts from all over the world that are here on the property. And then in 1976, Howard's granddaughter, Alice Hayes, created Ragsdale, and since then we've been an artist community.
Great. And so people of all different art mediums, so writing, sculpture, painting, am I missing anything?
Choreographers, filmmakers, playwrights, and most recently architects.
Really cool.
So
a really wide range of people and talents that you are able to surround yourself with every day.
I always say creative professionals, because even within, you know, visual artists, for example, are experimenting in theater and crossing boundaries. So creative professionals, anyone who does this for a living and for their passion, is welcome at Ragsdale.
And I know that we are here to really talk about this new addition, the Ragsdale Ring, where was originally also on the property, but now the remnants belongs to a neighbor. Is that correct?
Right,
okay.
Right.
But before we get to that and tour back over, I'd love to hear more about opportunities that the public can get involved with Ragsdale, whether it's through foundation support, volunteerism, or just the opportunity to come and see this beautiful space.
Sure. Well, you know, Ragsdale is first and foremost a place it's a retreat for creative people, and for them to be able to retreat, and these are people who are coming from all over the world for 3 to 4 weeks, and we talk about time and space and separating from phones and busy daily lives. Many of them have families, some of them have other work that they do, so they're using their vacation time to come here and get as much done as possible. So giving them that quiet retreat is really important. And we feed them and we house them and we support them any way we can, but we try to keep it really quiet.
Okay.
So because of that, we create just specific moments where we welcome the public onto campus, so they're not interrupting the residents while they're here. So we have a series of public tours monthly on Saturdays.
Okay.
A series of public programs. We'll kick off soon with the Ragsdale Ring Spotlight Series.
Great.
We have an art walk in the fall. Those are all moments where we'll have artists on campus, we'll have studios open, we'll have our alumni performing, and really, you know, they can tour the house, they can tour the gardens, and other than that, we keep it as a quiet place.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think people do respect that and the work that the artists are doing here while they're spending their time here. But I think it'll be great for residents to check out your website, which is
Ragdale.org.
Okay, ragdale.org, and they can check that out for all these specific dates and times to really embrace this culture themselves and be in the space.
That's great.
So with that in mind, let's go take a walk over and see the Ragsdale Ring.
Perfect, thank you.
So Jeff, over here on the other side of the main home, we've got the Ragsdale Ring behind us.
Yes.
Can you tell me really where the history of this ring came into play?
Sure. Well, you know, I'm really interested in finding a balance between the history and the contemporary and the artists of today and the stories of the past. So the Ragsdale Ring is one of those fascinating stories. It was created by Howard Van Doren Shaw in 1912, and he did everything. He built props, he did lighting, he did, you know, they cast the neighbors and friends as actors. His wife Frances wrote the plays, and they hosted 200 to 300 people in the summer.
Wow.
All summer long for years in this property. So I love the idea of bringing that back and creating a venue that we could invite the public in, that we could feature our alumni in all types of performance and video projection and poetry and song. And
Neat.
So all summer long we'll have a really incredible series of performances.
Okay.
But the ring itself, the ring of 2013, was created as a result of an international competition that we launched to select a design team that came in residence and did a design build residency to actually construct the ring.
Wow, wow.
So Stephen Dietrich Lee, an architect based in New York, was selected as the lead designer, and his team created it. And there it is. So every year there will be a new ring. It'll stay through October, and then we'll take it down.
Really?
Do a new competition, and then an entirely new ring will be here next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a neat opportunity for those who are in that field to get involved and participate, and how special for you here at the community to have something new and fresh.
Well, and it's the perfect project to me because it creates an opportunity for creative people to do something new. The architect who created this has never done this before. He did it through a residency. We were able to fund it to help make it happen. And then we create a performance venue to welcome the public and showcase our alumni. So it brings together everything we do and a little bit of history.
Absolutely. Now, one of the pieces of information I'd like to give the residents who are watching a little more information about is how do residents apply and what process do they go through to come here for such a retreat?
Sure. Well, the average resident who's coming here is really going through a competitive application process. We have a curatorial board of arts professionals all over the country who review those proposals and help select who comes here.
Okay.
We also have fellowships, which allow us to give a little more funding and bring in people from even farther away.
Okay.
And then we also have something called the Creative Sabbatical, which allows almost anyone who feels they need some creative time and space to apply. They bypass our curatorial process, and they basically pay the full cost of their residency, but they're able to be here just like any resident, enjoying all we have to offer.
Neat. Now, how does the foundation raise funds to help support some of these programs?
It's a lot of work.
Okay.
But it's important work, and you know, like every nonprofit arts organization today, we're trying to diversify. A lot of it does come from individuals and foundations, a little bit of government support. Corporations sponsor programs, and you know, it's important that we let the community know how much giving artists a place to make new work, you know, this creative process. Without it, we wouldn't have all of these amazing things, films, books, sculptures, things that are created here. So it's important that this type of work is supported.
Absolutely. And whether someone may not want to or financially able to give a donation, you also welcome, I hear, volunteers for weeding. Is that correct?
We will welcome any volunteer who wants to spend time on campus. We always have things to do. We're a very small staff, and we have large property and large gardens to maintain. So
super. So anyone who's got wanting to get back a little gardening, they have a green thumb, or at least can tell the difference between a grass and something else.
Exactly.
You know, definitely a great space to just come out and enjoy. I mean, we're standing here today. What a perfect day here on campus, and I would welcome the residents and really anyone within the area here of Ragsdale to come and experience it, both on the public opportunities or on a volunteer basis.
Exactly. We have volunteer docents, people in our office, people in our gardens, and the more the merrier.
Fabulous. Well, Jeff, it's really been a pleasure getting to know you today and hearing more about the foundation.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Inside Lake Forest. As you know, today I've been visiting at Ragsdale, a really beautiful retreat space here in our own community, fostering artists from all around the world. I hope you have the opportunity to stop by and visit with them soon.